All right, man, come live. We are live at the Montgomery International Dragway in Montgomery, Alabama. Man, they said it was going to be hot, and boy, look here. That's what we got. We got the heat, but look here. If it's not hot, it's probably going to be wet, and it ain't wet. So that's the thing we got to worry about. Look, we can deal with high temperatures because that's just how I go, but we're going to get this qualifying underway at 5 o'clock today, and we're going to have a whole action-packed worth of excitement in store for you. But look here, let's walk out here and let you see where we're at. This is a beautiful racetrack right here. Mr. Brad done a wonderful job out here at the Montgomery International Dragway. You know, they got land for days. You want to come out here, he said, if you want to camp a little bit out here, you got opportunities to do that. But we're going to walk up here because this is what the racers are going to get to see today. They dealing with a lot of heat. But heat is part of drag racing. I mean, you can't avoid it. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot if you're in the summertime. You're going to be racing somewhere in the summertime, so you're going to get heat. That's just part of the game. So what we do, we start out back there in the back, and we work our way up here, and this is our burnout box right here. This is where we get it real good and smoky at, and when we prepare ourselves, we want to go down this eighth of a mile this weekend. We run an eighth of a mile this weekend, 660 feet, so we can get these guys and gals turned around quick, get them out this sun. But look here, this is just part of the game. But look here, let me tell you what we're doing. So when they bring it on up here, a lot of y'all don't know, we want to also thank our sponsors over here. Y'all can see them. We got them hanging up on the fence. We want to thank them for their participation. As always, you know, without them, we can't make this thing happen. But this is walking up to the starting line, and as you hear, these shoes are already sticky. The track's on the track right now. We got qualifying coming right up at you right now. You're going to see some of the best, and they want this track prep to be on point, and Montgomery has been able to deliver just that. Great track prep. They got great staff here, and you're going to see some motorcycles go real fast this weekend. I guarantee. Y'all hang on. Check it out. Racing over here. All right, now what's going on, Mr. Crawford? All right, how you doing? Got my man. Let's go ahead and get a little interview with my man, Bits Racing, real quick. He got a new bike out. We want to let everybody see what he got going on. So these are the guys that we want to come out here. Guys that come out here and they can bring their bikes to the racetrack, work on them at home, had an opportunity to do some tuning. He's built this bike all the way from a stock motorcycle to what it is today. But when he gets his warm-up finished, we're going to go over here and talk to one of our bracket racers over here, Bits Racing over here, Gregory Crawford. Ain't that right? Yes, sir. See that? Yeah, my memory better than they all thought. How you doing today?
Oh, very good, very good. Yes, sir.
Man. I was just telling the fans how you are the example of a person that bought a motorcycle, stock motorcycle, and you just been little bit by little bit adding more power adders, adding more suspension stuff to it, digging a little bit further into this racing thing. I mean, what drives you to do this?
Well, it's a love that I have for the racing. It's something I wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I had to put it off, you know, family and kids and all that, but they're all grown and gone now, so I'm gone drag racing, but I got to start, you know, all over again. So I got my little baby here. I'm setting up the chassis first. She's still got a stock motor, so I'm going to do some bracket racing with it for a while. And keep going.
What got you into the racing, though? I mean, some of the boys just say,
oh,
come on.
I got a story.
Okay, we want to hear.
So I used to race motocross. So I'm minding my business, a little amateur motocross. I'm at Englishtown, Raceway Park, New Jersey. Take a little break in between motos, and I climbed up on a mountain. And they got a drag race, you know, drag strip right next door. I saw a Top Fuel dragster come down, boof. I'm about 9, 10 years old. I saw that thing, I fell in love with drag racing that day.
So you and I both got stuck with that same thing because I was about 8 years old, and I went to the Southern Nationals, and that was my first time going to the NHRA event, which I have ended up racing in NHRA as a pro style bike racer myself, but I got to deal with some of those guys, but that bug, something else here, and that 10,000 horsepower coming down that racetrack.
Down the racetrack, and the parachute opened up, and my mouth went open with it, and I was stuck for life.
Stuck ever since.
For life, and then who showed up? Terry Vance, Bob Carpenter, Racing Randy Mason, Superbike Mike, all of them came, and I went to see him. Englishtown was my second home.
Wow. Let's talk about the motorcycle a little bit.
All right. This is a 1999 Suzuki Bandit. Like I said, it's got a stock motor on it right now.
Move out the way. You keep on talking. Let that cameraman get on there. There you go.
Yeah, it's got a stock motor on it. We just put a swing arm on it finally, so we can stop being a wheelie king out here. You know, this bike has like more torque than it has horsepower, so it does wheelies on me a lot. So we just put a swing arm on there, and I learned a lesson that I cannot use the shock that I had. I thought because it was an aftermarket shock, it was, I think, made by Linderman or something, that it would be good, but it was a road racing shock.
Right.
Soft as anything, way too soft. So I got in touch with Marcus Misbane. He hooked me up with an M2 shock. I'm going to try it out today.
Okay, so we got a
yes,
new
sir.
shock on here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be the debut of that shock. It's feeling pretty nice. It's sitting up a little higher than I wanted to, but yeah, we're gonna, as soon as we dial the chassis in and get it all set up, and then we're going to start putting a little bit of motor on this thing.
Hey, well, look, man, we really appreciate your support. And, you know, like I said, it's races like this that makes it where other people can look at it and say, hey, I can come out here and give it a shot myself. I started on a street bike. Yes, I mean, I started on something way slower than this, too. So, but, you know, it's good that you're out here and enjoying your hobby, and you get to see the improvement. So that's one of the things I like to tell the people about the street racing is that you can't ever tell if you're improving on the street because you have nothing to time it by. Out here, you can see exactly if you're getting better or not, because of the timing system.
Yes, sir. My worst habit is doing too many mods at one time, and then I don't know which one fixed, which one hurt. Right. You know, but I go back and I have a history of working on motorcycles throughout my career, so it's hard to help. You know, I want to go and do this. Oh, let me do that, and then I come to the track and I got 3 or 4 mods going. And this is where I find out how it works.
Well, look, Greg, man, we really appreciate you coming out again and giving us a walk around your motorcycle. And hopefully you do well with the shock today, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys.
No problem.
job. Dave Young, 5:06. Deshaun Wheeler, a rare Top Gas appearance. I haven't seen Deshaun out in a while. Usually one of his sons pilots this entry, so let's see what Deshaun's got. .571. He's going to have to adjust that stop. He's still running super comp. Better call the kids. They'll fix it. All right, that's it for Sportsman qualifying round number 1. We will have a second round coming back. As soon as we go through our courtesy hold here, we're going to move into ET categories. ET categories. No, it looks like Mike Lingo is going to make the call. Didn't think he was going to make it up in time, but Lingo does make the call. So Mike Lingo will finish up Hard Times Parts and Service Top Gas action here. And we'll move into V-Twin ET after a courtesy hold, work through our ET categories, and we'll go into a 15-minute break before we bring the Sportsman round 2 qualifying back out. We got Big Steve out there. Uh-oh. You're having a drag race. You got Big Steve in the house. Lingo, 513. Great pass to get it started. 131 mile per hour. Great shot for Mike Lingo to get it started.
Ella's Kitchen from Atlanta, Georgia, one of my personal partners right here. What's going on there, Alan? How you doing, man? Look here. I'm doing good, man. We got Miss Ella's Kitchen down here.
That's right, that's right.
Got some Dragway. It's a little slow right now, like it's hot, but look here. You gonna crank them up anyway.
You already know. Anyway, this is what I do, man. Across the country, man. Everywhere, Miss Ella Kitchen, man, where food is everything, man. Y'all come on out here and join us, man. We're going to be out here all weekend, man. Hollywood Racing and Miss Ella's Kitchen, man. All the way up, man. Believe it. Real.
But look here, man. How did you get into food catering business, man? A lot of people, they hear about Miss Ella's Kitchen, they know how it is, man. They don't know the history, though.
Well,
Give us a little quick history about Miss Ella's Kitchen.
Well, Miss Ella's Kitchen it's after my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I based it on that because, every Christmas and every Thanksgiving, all our family used to come together. So, that's what I try to bring back to the people. You know what I mean? We used to cook. Everybody used to bring plates. Y'all know how you do it at family reunions and things like that. And I think that's a great thing. That was always been a positive thing for me. And right now it's been very successful. People come around everywhere that I go, every state that I be in, people come and see me, So it's like a family thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like a family thing, so, Yeah, it's so hot out here. Hot out here today,
I got this. They'll never pass your mic to the state because they gonna be gone with it. But look here, I needed a break from the mic myself. But look here, man, we appreciate you coming out here because it helps tie into the culture that we're trying to develop. And this is a new thing for us, just like it is. Like we want this place to be packed, but it got to start somewhere.
We're gonna build, and that's what it's all about. I had to build me just like you had to build you, and I think this is gonna be a great thing after a while. You know what I'm saying? So, come out and join us, man. Next time, where we gonna be at? Darlington next time?
I think our next time is Carolina Dragway.
Carolina Dragway in Darlington.
Carolina Dragway, and then we'll be in Darlington next, but food gonna be on point.
The food gonna be on point every time. You already know, man. That's how we do it. Hollywood Drag Raceman Cup. Miss Ella's Kitchen, man. Y'all thank you for everything, man.
Hey, man, we love my man here. This is my man, Alan Lindsay. You can catch him a lot of places other than this. You can follow them at Miss Ella's Kitchen on Instagram and so forth. It's lip smacking good. It's lip smacking good, man. Y'all, I got to pitch the logo for him, though, man. It's all good, though. They established in 2015, man. He from Conyers, Georgia. It's a good dude right here, y'all. Pull him up on him. You got that food. You got that lip smacking good food, right? That's right. Let's check him out.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
All right, that looks like we've got 3D tee time run number 1 in the books. We're going to take and go through a 5-minute courtesy hold before we begin MPS Racing Pro ET. And then at that point, take a brief 15-minute intermission here at Montgomery International Dragway. Give the staff a quick break to grab some shade and rehydrate before we come out with the second round of qualifying. So once again, when we finish this courtesy hold, which looks like we may have one more Street ET rider coming out to get a hit for his Voodoo Custom Street ET time run. All right, Duffy Freeman motoring down through. There goes a 626 at 111 mile per hour in the Glenn Smith Chevrolet lane. Daryl Stevens next up in the FTI lane, coming in from DeBar, Florida. He's away clean. Throws down a 001 reaction time, goes 584. Outstanding shot out there for a time run. 001 reaction time there. Bike 301 in the right side. And we're moving into MPS Racing Pro ET for their first time run here. MPS Racing Pro ET. Don't have the rider information at this point. Bike number 301, Mississippi, based on the company he keeps. Good thing for him. But one thing they do know is drag racing, and we'll see how he goes. Clean start, nice and straight. Motor's down through there to a 580 at 116. Next up we'll have Braden Davis. He's out of Douglas, Georgia. In the right side, and that is Ricardo Marte. Davenport, Florida, right side. MPS Racing Pro ET action. All right, these are the baddest of the bad in the ET category. MPS Racing Pro ET riders. There you go. 025 to 029 on the tree. 564 right side for Braden and 571 for Ricardo. Getting a little bit more shade on that racetrack, which should bring it around even better for the second round of pros, which will be the last thing we run tonight. John Markham this time in the FTI left lane. Wayne Leachman right side. ZX14 pair of Kawasaki's, two different ways to do it right here. New in the right, old in the left. John turns it pink. 005 red. He goes 596. Dwayne all over that super comp number, 561. All right, that looks like it's it for MPS Racing Pro ET. We will move into a 15-minute intermission break. The track staff a much-needed hydration break, and you should take one too. Next on track will be Sportsman. Sportsman is up in 15 minutes, and we'll start that off with J2 Connect, Ultra Sportsman. Ultra Sportsman, you're coming out of lane number 6, please. Follow that up with MTC Engineering Super Comp out of lane 5, and Hard Times Parts and Service. Top Gas will come out of lane number 6. Those will be the next 3 categories on track. We'll move from there back into a second and final time run for ET, and we'll finish it up with our pro categories.
From Top Fuel to Pro Mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
All right, once again, we're in a 15-minute break between rounds, and we've got Mark from Mimi and Moto in the house. He's set up directly behind the Man Cup registration trailer, and Mimi and Moto is something that's new and different. It's a business that their goal is based to get more kids excited about motorcycles. And they do that through books, merchandise, events, and animation. Mark and his wife, based in Atlanta, and they started in 2016. They've got 3 books published with 16,000 copies out in circulation. The first book is for ages 1 to 3, the second book from ages 4 to 6, and the third book for ages 7 and above. Check out the Mimi and Moto display, which is again directly behind the Man Cup registration trailer. Talk to Mark there. If you've got a child or a grandchild that you want to get interested in motorcycles, have them enjoy the sport that you do, right here is a great start. So stop by and see Mark at Mimi and Moto directly behind the Man Cup registration trailer. Starting to get a much better angle on that sun. It's not quite as high in the sky. We're getting some shadows that are getting longer. So might be losing some of that incredible track temperature we've had here at Montgomery International Dragway all day. But yet, all day long, the index classes have been crushing it. So hats off to the track staff for keeping that racetrack in great shape, putting down some good numbers. We're going to be coming back at you shortly with second round of Sportsman qualifying. And we'll move into our 3 ET categories, and we'll finish it up with our pro categories. So the pros will be possibly running. I don't know that they'll have a little bit of shade, but they'll definitely have a much better angle of the sun not pounding down on that racing surface as it has all day. So what was very good all day may turn into excellent for this second session. All right, I do need my J2 Connect Ultra Sportsman riders to lane 6. We're going to kick off round number 2 of qualifying with you guys and gals next. We're ready to go. Racetrack is in tip-top shape. So, J2 Connect Ultra Sportsman lane 6, please. MTC Engineering Super Comp lane 5. Hard Times Parts and Service, Top Gas, lane number 4. This will be your second qualifier, second and final for today.
That dog there hunt. That dog will hunt. We 113. Yeah. Oh yeah, that dog will hunt. Oh, that 107 out there. Oh yeah. Ready to go.
Yeah. We got 1 round to qualifying left, everybody.
All right, Ultra Sportsman is on the roll to the puddle. J2 Connect Ultra Sportsman moving to the puddle for their second qualifier today. You are in J2 Connect Ultra Sportsman. You will miss this round if you are not in the lanes now. MTC Engineering Super Comp, you're on standby. Ultra Sportsman moving to the ready line. We'll follow that up with MPC Engineering Super Comp and then into Hard Times Parts and Service. Top Gas, we'll move back to the ET categories. That'll be Mercedes-Benz and Buckhead V-Twin ET coming out of lane 9. Voodoo Custom Street ET coming out of lane 7, and MPS Racing Pro ET will come out of lane 7. Street ET is out of lane 8, excuse me. Once ET is finished, we'll move directly into the pros and finish it off. Pros, you guys are on a standby. We've lost the direct sun on the racetrack, so I am sure that racetrack is ready to go and ready to take the numbers you guys and gals want to throw at it. Broderick Jackson. Broderick Jackson checking with the tower when available. Broderick Jackson. Ultra Sportsman, please move to the puddle. Ultra Sportsman, move to the puddle. And after much fanfare, picture taken, and posing, we've got J2 Connect Ultra Sportsman finally in the puddle. Gonna be big Stan. Stanley Russell, Gray, Georgia. He's in the Glenn Smith Chevrolet lane. Left side, we got Duffy Freeman coming over from Conyers, Georgia. Kawasaki ZX14 left side, Suzuki Hayabusa right side. Just going through our 5-minute courtesy hold before we kick it back off with MTC Engineering Super Comp. That will be the next item on track. Will be MTC Engineering Super Comp. ET riders, it is not too early to call you guys to lanes. Mercedes-Benz, a Buckhead V-Twin, you're in lane 9. Voodoo Custom Street ET, lane 8. And MPS Racing Pro ET, bring it to lane 7. You guys are going to get your second time run once we finish the Sportsman categories, and then we're going to wrap it up with the pros. All right, we are moving into MPC Engineering Super Comp. Super Comp is what we're going into. That's a 560 fixed index here in the 8th mile. And your defending national champion is first up in the Glenn Smith Chevrolet lane. T. Rodriguez, too quick, 557. Bernard Gilbert, he goes a 586. That is to the good. That'll be a legal run. Not sure if that betters what he did last time, but we will have to see. Wayne Leachman, Wildwood, Florida, on his ZX14 in the Chevrolet lane. Braden Davis, who looked like he was going to grab the pole until John Markham said no, sir. And Braden Davis still all over that number 559. Dwayne Leachman the same at 557. You could throw a blanket over those guys. Excellent pair right there. Both too quick, but they're trying to steal the number one qualifying spot where there's no meat left on the bone. John Markham has pretty much locked it up within a tenth of a thousandth of a second. There's a couple thousandths. The AccuTime system goes down to the fourth digit, so technically that door is open, but it is a crack at best. Next pair up, bike number 811. That's going to be Ariel Carter Cross, left side. And we've got bike 156, right side. Coming up is Curtis Griggs. Curtis doing double duty. He's in 460 as well, so Curtis, you know, he's getting better with age. He's adding logs to the fire. Curtis Griggs. Okay, Ariel moving on that ZX14. She's too quick. Look at Curtis. 561 out of the gate. 561. Ariel way too quick, 546. Provisional number one qualifier, John Markham, right side in MTC Engineering Super Comp, and Slim Bradley, left side. He's got Smitty on his side, so he could do it. John goes pink, 002 red, 561, 557, too quick for Slim. And he was off the gas, only 108 mile an hour. Yep. Johnny Markham's got a stranglehold so far on that number one qualifying spot, and Ricardo Marte, Puerto Rico's second favorite son. You know who's number one in our hearts, although he's not here. Pablo Escobar Gonzalez. But Ricardo, on his Hayabusa, what's he got for us? He's going to finish out Super Comp action with a 568. Good round of Super Comp action right there. We'll go to a courtesy break and move into top gas. I need V20 ET, V20 T to lane 9, Street ET to lane 8, and Pro ET to lane 7, please.
From Top Fuel to Pro Mod, Fuel Tech has the perfect solution for your bike. Fuel Tech is changing the game, transforming a traditional EFI system into a compact vehicle control unit with touchscreen dashboard. Fuel injection, timing control, boost control, nitrous control, traction control, wheelie control, and safety controls are just a few of Fuel Tech's features. Learn more about what Fuel Tech has to offer at www.fueltech.net.
He's taking it home to St. Louis. And Kenny has put up an extra 1,000 if Heather wins the event. Kenny Schwartz putting the coin up. If Heather Baldy wins the event in Hard Times Parts and Service Top Gas, Kenny Schwartz throwing a $1,000 gold chains bonus on it for her. All right, we're moving into Hard Times Parts and Service Top Gas action. This is going to be their second and final qualifier of the day. Once again, I do need all of my ET riders. All of my ET riders, I need you guys and gals in the lanes. B-Twin ET will be up next. After Top Gas, we'll move into Street ET and finish that up with Pro ET. So our pro categories, pro riders, you're on about a 15-minute standby. So get them tuned up, get them hopped up, because the race track conditions have come around in your favor. Track conditions definitely favoring some horsepower tonight, and I'll bet you see a lot of breakouts here on that 510 index in Hard Times Parts and Service Top Gas. Mike Lingo first up, right side Jerry Hurley, left side. Jerry ran very good in the first session. Oh, just too quick with a 5:09 for Hurley. Mike Lingo, an outstanding 5:11. Next up, we got Heather Baldy. There she is, coming in from St. Peters, Missouri, right there in the St. Louis area, under the umbrella of the Schwartz Law Group. Her dad, Mike, out there. Glad to see Mike up and moving after a bit of a shutdown area mishap that he had at a last month. He's from Hepzibah, Georgia. Georgia, long-time runner on his Kawasaki. George going to give it his all. This is his first stays with it. Heather, too quick, 5:06, her second too quick pass of the day. 5:06. George, great pass to start him off. 5:17. And he cut it early at 1:26. He might be kicking himself for cutting it early. Dave Young. He also broke out in the heat of the day earlier, so he had better back this thing off and then back it off a couple more notches. Chad Otts, he was off pace in the first session. Let's see if he's got that machine fixed. Dave Young, 499. He went the other way. Dave Young, 499, 137. Young is definitely having fun out there, is what he's doing. 499. He's 1100ths underneath the index. Off-pace run for Chad Otts. His troubles continue with the top gas bike. That is uncharacteristic of him. And last but not least, we got Josie Brooks. She also went under first pair. We'll see what adjustments they've made on the defending national champion here in Top Gas. She'll be moving in and is going to lay down a 5:07 for you. Smooth and straight. Josie backs it off to a 5:18, 135. She backs it up. Goes a 5:18, knows where that is at. They'll take that data, catalog it, see what it's going to take to move it up. They will not want to be in that spot during the elimination process when that comes around. Deshaun Wheeler also was off pace in the first qualifying session. Let's see what Deshaun's got. Bike leaves good. Missing. 577. Deshaun, like Chad Ott, still having trouble through 2 sessions, but confident that they'll get that fixed up. All right, that's 2 rounds in the books for our sportsman categories. 2 rounds are in the books. 5-minute courtesy hold, and then we'll bring out our ET category, starting with V-Twin ET. V-Twin ET, then Street ET, then Pro ET, and then we'll move into the pros to finish up tonight's action. And we're back in action with Voodoo Customs Street ET. This is their second time run of the event. This will be their second and final time run for tonight. Bike number W200 taking up in the left lane. And Javante Jones, Harlem, Georgia, right side on a Kawasaki. Red light start. Right lane. Green light. And a 8:58 at only 81 mile per hour. He is going to get a head start tomorrow. Woo! Somebody's going to have some patience when they run him in eliminations. Greg Crawford, Daytona Beach, Florida. Left side, bike 1212, right side. And they are gone. Green lights a pair. Right side with a markedly better reaction time goes 6:17, 112, 6:97 at 101 for Mr. Crawford in the left lane. Running through. Street ET here. And then we'll move after a courtesy hold into our final ET time runs for MPS Racing Pro ET. Rolling through Street ET time run number 2. This is their last look at the racetrack tonight. Fantastic conditions. Now that the sun has set in full, riders able to pour the coals to it out there. Big Randall, the big burnout. Randall Cross, Conyers, Georgia, left side, bike 1127, right side. And we need our final call for riders in MPS Racing Pro ET, because once we finish Street ET, we're going to be giving that courtesy hold and then moving into it. All right, as soon as the courtesy hold expires, we're going to move into MPS Racing Pro ET for their final time run. I need all pro categories to the lanes. Pro categories, we're going to run you directly behind the MPS Pro ET riders. We're going to kick that off. That is going to start with 460 out of lane 7. 460, you will be first up out of lane number 7. Pro Open. If you have any Pro Open participants, you'll come out of lane 6, and we will finish tonight's activity with Pro Modified out of lane 9. We are inverting the order from the first round. 460, you'll be first on the racetrack. Matter of fact, let's start that out with Pro Street. Pro Street, you'll be first out, front of lane number 9. Follow that up with 460. Move into Pro Open and cap it off with our Fast by Gas Pro Mod bikes. That will be the run order for the pro categories. We'll be moving MPS Racing Pro ET to the puddle shortly. So all pro riders, bring them to the lanes, your according lane. And we'll kick it off with Pro Street, move to 460. Pro Open, and then Pro Mod. Staff here at Montgomery International Dragway has done a great job all day long through the tremendous amount of sun on the racetrack. They've heat in the racetrack. They've kept that racetrack tip-top shape. We've had breakout passes in every session of Sportsman category, regardless of how high that track temp was, a testament to how hard the folks are working here for you here at the racetrack. And again, Miss Ella's Kitchen is open with some fantastic barbecue all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. She's got barbecue over there and a lot more. Check it out. It's right in front of the Man Cup registration area, which has, Man Cup registration has previous event t-shirts at a discounted price of $15 a piece. Grab them while they still have them. Of course, Trip Zip Grill down there behind the bleachers. Full complement of hot food, cold drinks, and they got ice cream. Ice cream on a Friday night. Sounds good. All right, we're moving MPS Pro ET to the puddle. This will be their second and final time run of the day. And here we have them. MPS Racing Pro ET contestant going out there for their second shot. Daryl Stevens, Navarre, Florida. He's going to be in the left side. Ricardo Marte, Hayabusa rider, right side. 5/10 Sportsman tree here. These riders will dial themselves in when it comes down to elimination time. They will dial themselves in. Stevens pushes the tree, goes red. Marde turns it green. He goes 570, 123. 581, 119 in the left lane for Stevens. Like Braden Davis coming back up and around in Pro ET action. He's in the right lane. Wayne Leachman on his Kawasaki ZX-14 left side. Wayne using every session as a tune-up for his MTC Engineering Super Comp. Dial in a 560. Not be surprised to see him dial a 560 here on Pro ET as he works that number. Green lights a pair. Davis goes 563. Leachman 559 with a 2. Both riders will be competing those entries in Super Comp during eliminations, I would anticipate. It was a good Super Comp tune-up race. Braden with a advantage on the starting line. Tree All right, that looks to put a period on MPS Racing Pro ET's time run. Next up will be our Pro Street entry. Pro Street, you're going to be first out in the pros. We're going to follow that up with 460. Then we'll move to Pro Open, and we'll finish off with Pro Mod. Looks like there'll be a bit of racetrack preparation in advance of the pros running. The track staff deciding they're going to put a drag on the racetrack. So, once again, Pro Street, you'll be first out, then 460. Yeah, great opportunity to stop by Miss Ella's Kitchen or the Trip Zip Cafe. Grab yourself something and hot to eat, cold to drink, and catch this round of pro action that's going to be coming up as soon as we finish a brief amount of track maintenance and upkeep.
We drive performance. We drive passion. A background in drag racing. And a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best. Climbing every mountain. Topping every peak. Until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
right, as soon as this racetrack preparation is complete, we're going to move into our second and final round of pro qualifying that will commence with Pro Street. We will move from there into 460. Pro Open, if we have any takers, we're going to need you after 460, and we're going to conclude with Fast by Gas Pro Mod. That's going to be your next 4 categories on track. And attention in the pits, attention in the pits. 10 minutes after we finish the pro qualifying, 10 minutes after we finish pro qualifying, Broderick Jackson would like to have a riders meeting at the Man Cup Tech Tent. 10 minutes after pro qualifying concludes, Broderick Jackson would like to have a riders meeting at the Man Cup Tech Tent. All categories, all riders. 10 minutes after pro qualifying concludes, riders meeting at the Tech Tent. All right, we're about 3 minutes from going hot. He's got one more pass he's going to make on the tractor to keep this racetrack tip-top shape for you guys and gals. So we're about 3 minutes from going hot, and it's going to be Pro Street putting it in the puddle. Right behind that, we'll have Hollywood Jackson Drag Racing, Pro Ultra 460, Robinson Industries Pro Open, and we'll conclude it with Fast by Gas Pro Modified. right, the track grooming is complete. Rudy Loesch will be moving his Pro Street entry into the puddle. Hollywood Jackson Pro Ultra 460. You guys are on deck. 460 riders, you guys will be moving to the puddle right behind this lone Pro Street entry. Rudy had a troubled first pass, but he did make it down the racetrack. I'm sure he's made some adjustments to the bike. We'll see what he's got for qualifying session number 2. This will be the second and final qualifier of the evening for all pro categories. This pro qualifying will conclude activities here on Friday. The Man Cup Summer Bash. All right, Rudy Loesch moving up. Burnout is complete. He's moving it in. Okay, the troubles continue for Rudy, unfortunately, off pace 654 at 114. Sure, they'll take a look at the data they compile and try to make adjustments before they come back out tomorrow as qualifying continues tomorrow. Going to move just that fast into Hollywood Drag Racing Pro Ultra 460. And you've got the opera singer left side from Lenox, Georgia. That is Mr. Brian Smith on barbed wire. Kawasaki entry, and Brian knows how to get it done. Josie Brooks, excuse me. Almost related to the Smith family, but she's not. Josie coming down from Canada. She did not run what she was hoping for in the first session on her all-motor entry. The conditions have pulled back to her. She definitely would be looking to improve markedly here. This is Brian's first attempt, and that Kawasaki has proven to run the number here, there, and everywhere. 460 with a 0 is what they're looking for. Moving it in, bringing it up on that MTC slider clutch. And they're out of there. 459 with a 7. Brian just that close, but he breaks out. Brian breaks out, 459. Josie improves markedly, 471 at 146, but still not able to get a hold of that racetrack the way they want to get a hold of it, I'm sure that they're going to have to go back and try to rethink it at this point. Well, 3 for 3. If John Krakalici is on the starting line, there's probably a bike stuck on the track. There must be something to that. Obviously cannot race until we get the all clear signal from the staff at the top end. And for the second time, I think they're going to have to back them off. Inspection of the racing surface going on right now. A look at the lane that Brooks was in. She did make a full pull. All right, the concession stand, the track concession stand will be closing at 10 o'clock, and if you're wanting one of their world famous ribeye sandwiches, you got to get it ordered now. Can't show up any later than about right now to get a ribeye sandwich ordered. Other than that, the concession will close at 10 o'clock. And once again, we've got racing on track continuing to finish the pros. And then we will have a riders meeting for all riders. Once pro qualifying concludes, 10 minutes after that, that'll be at the Man Cup Tech Tent. Broderick Jackson calling a riders meeting. So all riders will need you there 10 minutes after pro qualifying concludes. Both riders patiently waiting on the starting line as that track inspection goes on. Once again, the safety of the riders paramount. Got to make sure everything is in proper working order before we send them down. Can be frustrating at times, but it is always done in the rider's best interest. Well, and that's Scott Samish in the left lane and not John Krakalici. The leather color's similar, but Scott Samish and Pete the Raw Deal Hubbard both patiently waiting and trusting the racing surface after that delay to inspect the race track. They trust the race surface. They've just refired, no second burnout, no nothing. They're going to stage them up and go. Scott troubled past the first run. Let's see if he's got it right. Sure looks like it. Both of those bikes are flying down through there. 63 for Samish. Great pass, 150 mile per hour. Pete Hubbard picks the pace up. He goes 475 at 141. An improvement there. Good job for both riders. Scott Samish picking up from a troubled. Did not make it down the racetrack pass in the first round at 463. Good job for the South Carolina team. He's Sean Wheeler. He's in the right lane. And left side, there's the blue and green leathers. The captain, John Krakalici himself. Johnny Gish out there. Getting them lined up. Ernie looking over everything. That's the brain trust for Krakalici's Clearwater, Florida-based entry. Deshaun right side, John Krakalici left. There they go. Krakalici off the throttle to the right of the lane. 465 for Deshaun Wheeler. I think that's an improvement for him, but not what he was looking for. Deshaun was probably looking for a number much closer to 460 because that's how he runs. John off pace. 671 at only 73 mile per hour. Wisely shutting it off after he got out of the groove. He'll come back again and take up where he left off in tomorrow's qualifying activity. Curtis Griggs right side and Jamar Watkins, he's on the left side of the racetrack. Curtis Griggs down from North Carolina. Coming down, trying his luck in Alabama. Jamar, he's from Alabama, so he knows it only so well. Both riders looking for that elusive 460 with a 0. See what they got. Oh, Jamar having to back it off. Curtis will go on a solo. Curtis with problems. Not what he was looking for. Unfortunately, Curtis Griggs with trouble. If I have any Robinson Industries Pro Open riders, we'll need you to your lane. You'll be running directly behind 460 here. And my Pro Mod bikes, I need my Pro Mod bikes up to the lanes. We're going to conclude with Pro Mod. 460 now. We'll move it into Robinson Industries Pro Open and conclude with Fast by Gas Pro Mod. Chad Forsotz. You've been watching one too many drag race videos because he loves to do his burnouts. Big burnout from Chad Otts on the left side. Right side, Mike Lingo, Cottonwood, Alabama runner. Chad coming up from Olive Branch, Mississippi. He is a former national champion here in Hollywood Drag Racing Pro Ultra 460. .465 for Lingo, getting there first. Chad pushed the tree, turned it red, goes a 469 at 143. Chad may have lifted there, fearing a breakout. Mike pushing it through at 149 mile per hour terminal speed in the 8th mile. Oh, here comes Morris Ball on another Kawasaki. Morris coming in from Aliceville, Alabama, and you've got your number one qualifier. Top of the heap, Rashad Jones, Mississippi runner on his Suzuki. He laid down a near perfect 460 with very little change left over in the first round. So, the type of adjustments these riders have made. Conditions are markedly better this second round than they were in the first round. And I tell you what, Rashad Jones is not playing. 461, 148, and he had a 008 tree. Morris Ball improves. He goes 466 at 141. So he has improved, but Rashad Jones is steamrolling these guys. I would not want to be in the other lane if that machine was in the puddle across the way. And it appears there were no takers in Pro Open, and we're going to move directly into Pro Mod. Oh, boy. We got Black Ops down there. Man, the trucking magnate himself. As half of the trucks on I-95 at any given time are owned by Smitty. Owns half of Savannah. Woo. Oh, and he's got some bad company right there. Tyrone Lemons. He'll be in the right lane. Tyrone has not made a lap yet. But if Tyrone's in the house, he's a threat to win the event. There's some big-time bragging rights right here. Not uncommon for Smitty to have five big ones on any given run. Gas Pro Mod, we got some of the best Pro Mod bikes in the country here. We got Smitty, we got Tyrone, we got former champion Terry Wynn, and the world's quickest Kawasaki's in the house, Connell Smith. Definitely got some high-octane Pro Mod bikes right here. Going to take their shots at the racing surface. And once again, all riders, 10 minutes after the conclusion of pro qualifying, there will be a riders meeting with Roderick Jackson at the Man Cup Tech Tent. 10 minutes after Pro Mod concludes, riders meeting at the Tech Tent. Yes, Pro Mod is on the roll to the puddle. Let's see who's got it. Who's got the bragging rights for tonight? Some of the South's heaviest hitters right here. Tyrone Lemons has been running outstanding so far this season. He's got his own cheering group. He got cheerleaders out there, Tyrone does. Terry Wynn, two fierce competitors here in the right lane, and they have got tough competitors over there in the left. You got Black Ops with Smitty, Connell Smith. Smitty will be taking on Tyrone Lemons right here. Once again, riders meeting will be at 9:30. Riders meeting, 9:30 at the Man Cup Tech Tent. right, here we go. Fast by Gas Pro Modified. Tyrone Lemons, right side, and Smitty. Black Ops, left side. Gerald Smith coming down from Savannah, Georgia. Tyrone Lemons. I believe he's out of the Atlanta area. Tyrone in, Smitty's in. There they go. Tyrone off the gas early. Smitty, 431, 159. Smitty goes a 105.60. Tyrone went 102 to 60 foot, but he was off the throttle early. 102 to 60 foot there in the right lane on his first pass of the event. I'm sure they'll take a look at the data, see what they've got to fix it for tomorrow. But Gerald Smith, 431, 159. And that's going to be low. That right now is your provisional poll. Smitty on the poll. So get that recorded. Smitty is on the poll. Black Ops is getting it done. Terry Wynn will be next up on the pit side of the racetrack. Terry attempted the first qualifier, but it did not go well for him. He had an early shutoff. And Terry Wynn, 423, 164. He takes over the provisional pole with that pass. And we'll finish it up with Connell Smith. Brother Khan on the Kawasaki struggling to get the burnout in. He did get it up on the tire. Brian Smith out there lining his dad up. We'll see what the Kawasaki's got in it after struggling to get the burnout done. All right, troubled pass for Connell Smith, 579 at 84 mile per hour. Certainly not what the Smith family was looking for, but it is a legal qualifying run, and he's in the field. And it's 9:30 now, so we will commence the riders' meeting at approximately 9:40. 9:40, we'll kick off that riders' meeting at the Man Cup Tech Tent. 9:40 riders meeting, all riders, all categories at the Man Cup Tech Tent, please.